Hey Cancer, welcome back to the channel. I just sat down with my cards, and the energy coming through for you right now is absolutely fascinating. Before we dive in, I need you to grab a cup of tea or coffee, because what I am about to share with you today is going to take some time to unpack. And trust me, you are going to want to hear every single detail of this reading. So the theme for today is someone coming back into your life. And I know that might sound simple on the surface, but the cards are showing me layers upon layers of complexity here. This is not just about someone randomly deciding to reach out. There are specific reasons, specific energies at play, and I am going to walk you through exactly what the universe is revealing about this situation. Let me start by saying that I shuffled these cards with your energy in mind, Cancer, and the moment I laid them out, I could feel this pull, this magnetic quality that is surrounding you right now. Someone in your orbit, whether they are physically present or not, is being drawn back to you in a way that they cannot quite explain to themselves. And here is the thing that really struck me about this reading. The energy is not desperate or chaotic. It is actually quite purposeful, almost like the universe has been orchestrating this reconnection for reasons that go beyond simple romance or nostalgia. Now, before I reveal the first card, I want you to think about someone from your past. It could be a romantic connection. It could be a friend. It could even be a family member you have had distance with. Just hold that person in your mind, because the cards I am about to show you are going to paint a very specific picture of what has been happening in their inner world and why they are being pulled back into your energy field. Alright, let me pull the first card and see what comes through. The first card I have here is the Eight of Wands. And Cancer. This is already telling me so much. The Eight of Wands is all about swift movement, messages coming in, things happening quickly after a period of stagnation. When I see this card in a reading about someone coming back, it tells me that whatever has been brewing beneath the surface is about to manifest in the physical realm very soon. Think about it this way. The Eight of Wands is often depicted as 8 staffs flying through the air, moving toward a destination with purpose and speed. There is no hesitation here, no second guessing. This person has reached a point where they have processed whatever they needed to process, and now they are ready to take action. And here is what is really interesting. This is not impulsive action. Even though the Eight of Wands speaks to speed, it is not reckless speed. It is aligned speed, like everything has finally clicked into place, and the path forward is clear. For you, Cancer, this suggests that you might start noticing signs very soon. Maybe you will see this person's name pop up unexpectedly. Maybe you will have dreams about them. Or maybe they will actually reach out through a text, a call, or even showing up in person. The Eight of Wands does not mess around. When this card appears, it is telling you that the wheels are in motion and things are going to unfold relatively quickly. But here is what I find so compelling about this card in your reading. The Eight of Wands also represents communication. And not just any communication, but communication that has been thought through. This person has things they need to say to you, Cancer. They have realizations they need to share. And the energy of this card suggests that when they do reach out, it is going to feel different from past interactions. There is going to be a clarity and directness that might surprise you, especially if this person was previously wishy-washy or unclear about their feelings. I also want to point out that the Eight of Wands can represent travel in some cases. So for some of you watching this person might literally be traveling to see you, or the reconnection might happen because one of you is traveling. The universe has a funny way of orchestrating these encounters, and sometimes it takes physical movement through space to bring two people back together. The energy of swift communication and forward movement is strong here, Cancer. This is not someone who is going to play games or send mixed signals. When they come back, they are coming back with intention. And that leads me perfectly into the next card, because we need to understand what has been going on in their mental and emotional space. The second card I pulled for you is the Nine of Swords. And okay, this makes so much sense now. The Nine of Swords is traditionally known as the card of anxiety, worry, sleepless nights, and mental anguish. When I see this card in a reading about someone coming back, it tells me that this person has been going through it mentally. They have been losing sleep over you, Cancer. They have been replaying conversations, replaying moments, replaying decisions they made regarding your connection. Let me paint you a picture of what the Nine of Swords energy feels like. Imagine someone lying in bed at 3 in the morning, staring at the ceiling, their mind racing with thoughts they cannot shut off. They are thinking about what they lost, what they walked away from, what they might have had if they had made different choices. The Nine of Swords represents that kind of torment, that psychological weight that comes from knowing you made a mistake, or from recognizing too late what you had. This person has been in their head about you, Cancer, and not in a casual way. This has been consuming them. The Nine of Swords often appears when someone is experiencing genuine regret or when they are processing heavy realizations about a situation. And in the context of someone coming back to you, this tells me that their return is not superficial. They are not reaching out because they are bored or because they want attention. They are reaching out because they have been genuinely struggling with your absence in their life. Now, I know the Nine of Swords can look scary when you first see it, and yes, it does represent difficult emotions. But in this context, it is actually quite revealing. It shows you that this person has been doing the inner work, even if that work has been painful for them. They have been forced to confront their feelings, their choices, their truth about what you mean to them. And sometimes that is exactly what needs to happen for someone to come back in a more authentic, more ready way. For those of you who had a situation where someone walked away or created distance, the Nine of Swords is showing me that it has not been easy for them. Whatever reason they gave themselves for leaving or for creating space, it has not brought them peace. In fact, it has brought them the opposite. They have been wrestling with doubts, with regrets, with the nagging feeling that they let something precious slip through their fingers. And here's another layer to this card: Cancer. The Nine of Swords can also represent someone realizing the truth about a situation after being deceived or after deceiving themselves. So this person might have convinced themselves of something that was not true. Maybe they told themselves they were better off without you, or maybe they listened to outside voices that steered them wrong. But now, in these quiet moments of reflection, they are seeing through those illusions. They are recognizing what they actually feel versus what they thought they should feel. The mental torment represented by the Nine of Swords is actually a catalyst for change. It is uncomfortable, yes, but it is also transformative. This person cannot continue living with this weight, which is why the Eight of Wands energy of swift action makes sense. They have reached a breaking point where they need to do something about these feelings. They need to reach out, to communicate, to try to make things right, or at least to express what has been going on inside them. So as we move forward in this reading, keep in mind that this return is coming from a place of deep internal processing. This is not a whim. This is someone who has been through an emotional and mental journey that has led them back to you. Now let me pull the third card, because I want to see what else is influencing this situation. The third card here is the Three of Pentacles, and this is where things get really interesting. The Three of Pentacles is all about collaboration, teamwork, building something together, and mutual respect. When this card shows up in a reading about someone coming back, it suggests that this person is not just coming back for emotional reasons alone. They are seeing the potential for something real, something tangible, something that can be built together. The Three of Pentacles often appears in career or project-related readings, but in relationship contexts, it speaks to partnership in the truest sense. This is not just about romance or feelings. This is about two people coming together to create something meaningful, whether that is a relationship, a project, a shared vision, or even a collaborative effort in some area of life. What strikes me about this card in your reading, Cancer, is that it suggests this person has been thinking about the practical aspects of reconnecting with you. They are not just caught up in emotions or nostalgia. They are actually thinking about how a renewed connection could work in real life. What would it look like? How would you fit into their life? How would they fit into yours? What could you build together? The Three of Pentacles represents mastery and skill as well. In the traditional imagery, you often see three figures working on a cathedral or some grand structure, each bringing their unique skills to the project. This tells me that this person recognizes what you bring to the table. Cancer. They see your value, your talents, your unique qualities, and more than that, they see how those qualities complement their own. For some of you, this could mean that this person is coming back with an actual proposal or plan. Maybe they want to work with you on something. Maybe they see a future where you are building a life together. Or maybe they have been thinking about how to integrate you back into their world in a way that honors both of your paths. The Three of Pentacles is practical and grounded, so this is not pie-in-the-sky dreaming. This is someone who is thinking seriously about the logistics and possibilities. I also love that this card speaks to mutual respect. The Three of Pentacles only works when all parties involved respect each other's contributions. So this person is not coming back with an entitled attitude or expecting you to just fall into place. They recognize that if there is going to be a reconnection, it needs to be based on mutual appreciation and equal footing. They are willing to put in the work, to collaborate, to meet you where you are. This card also suggests that there might be a learning or growth component to this reconnection. Maybe both of you have learned things during your time apart that will actually make a renewed connection stronger and more viable. The Three of Pentacles is about bringing different perspectives and skills together to create something better than what any individual could create alone. So your time apart, as difficult as it might have been, may have actually prepared both of you for a more mature, more functional connection. For those of you in career or creative fields, the Three of Pentacles could also be literal. This person might want to collaborate with you professionally, or the reconnection might happen in a work or creative context. But even if it is not literal, the energy of collaboration and building together is strong. This is someone who sees long-term potential with you. Cancer. All right. Let me move to the fourth card because I want to see what is underneath all of this. What is really driving this energy? The fourth card is the Seven of Cups. And wow, this adds such an interesting dimension. The Seven of Cups is the card of choices, illusions, fantasies, and possibilities. When this card appears, it suggests that this person has been exploring different options in their mind, maybe even in their reality, and they are coming to some conclusions about what is real versus what is illusion. Here is how I am reading the Seven of Cups in your situation. This person has likely been in a phase where they were considering many different paths, many different people, many different versions of what their life could look like. The Seven of Cups shows someone standing before seven cups, each containing a different image, a different possibility. Some of those cups contain wonderful things, some contain illusions or temptations, and some contain challenges. What this tells me is that this person has been on a journey of discernment. They have been testing the waters, maybe exploring other connections, maybe considering different life directions, but here is the key. The Seven of Cups energy is reaching a point of clarity. When this card shows up in a reading about someone coming back, it often means that after exploring all these options and possibilities, they are realizing that what they had with you was real, was substantial, was worth choosing. Think about it this way, Cancer. Sometimes people need to see what else is out there to truly appreciate what they had. The Seven of Cups represents that phase of exploration and confusion, but it also represents the moment when the fog starts to clear and you can see which of those cups actually contains something of value. This person is reaching that point of clarity. Now, the Seven of Cups can also indicate that this person might have been caught up in fantasies or illusions about what they wanted or what would make them happy. Maybe they chased something that looked good on the surface but turned out to be empty or unfulfilling. Maybe they pursued a relationship or situation that promised excitement but lacked depth. The Seven of Cups often comes up when someone needs to learn the difference between what glitters and what is actually gold. For you, Cancer, this suggests that part of why this person is coming back is because they have done this comparison, consciously or unconsciously. They have looked at other options, other people, other paths, and they are realizing that none of them measure up to what they had with you. The genuine connection, the depth, the understanding that existed between you is standing out to them now in a way it might not have before. I also want to mention that the Seven of Cups can represent someone who was confused about their feelings or about what they wanted. So if this person seemed unclear or indecisive in the past, the appearance of this card suggests they are moving out of that confusion. They are getting clear on what they actually want, and part of that clarity involves you. The combination of the Seven of Cups with the Three of Pentacles is really telling me that this person has moved from fantasy and confusion into practical, grounded thinking. They have done the mental work of sorting through their options and desires, and now they are ready to take concrete steps, which connects back to that Eight of Wands energy we saw at the beginning. Let me pull the fifth card now, because we need to understand the emotional undercurrent of all of this. The fifth card is the Star. And Cancer, this is such a hopeful, beautiful card to appear in your reading. The Star represents hope, healing, renewal, inspiration, and faith in the future. When I see the Star in a reading about someone coming back, it tells me that this person is in a very different emotional space than they were before. They have been through a period of healing, and they are emerging with renewed hope and a clearer vision. The Star comes right after the Tower in the tarot deck, which is significant. The Tower represents sudden upheaval, destruction of false structures, and sometimes painful wake-up calls. The Star is what comes after that destruction, after that chaos. It is the calm after the storm, the moment when you can finally see the stars clearly because the smoke has cleared. This person has been through something. Cancer. They have experienced some kind of breakdown or breakthrough that has changed them. What I love about the star in this position is that it shows this person is not coming back from a place of desperation or neediness. The star represents someone who has done healing work on themselves, who has reconnected with their own light, their own hope, their own sense of possibility, and from that place of inner renewal, they are being drawn back to you. The star also represents authenticity and truth. After the tower destroys all the false structures and pretenses, the star allows you to be genuinely yourself. So this person is potentially coming back to you as a more authentic version of themselves, someone who has shed some of the masks or defenses they might have been wearing before. They are ready to be real with you, to show you who they truly are, and to connect on a more honest, vulnerable level. For you, Cancer, the star is also a message about your own energy. Cancer is a water sign, deeply emotional and intuitive, and the star is pouring water, symbolizing emotional flow and spiritual nourishment. This card is telling me that you are also in a phase of healing and renewal, and the reconnection that is coming is happening because both of you are vibrating at a higher level now. You are both more healed, more whole, more ready for something real. The star is also about inspiration and divine timing. This card suggests that this reconnection is not just random or purely human-driven. There is a spiritual component here, a sense that the universe is orchestrating this for reasons that go beyond what either of you can fully understand right now. The star asks you to have faith, to trust in the process, to believe that what is unfolding is part of a larger pattern that is ultimately for your highest good. I also want to point out that the star represents clarity of vision. After the confusion of the Seven of Cups and the mental anguish of the Nine of Swords, the star brings clear sight. This person can see now what they could not see before. They can see your value, your light, the potential of what you could have together, and that clarity is guiding them back to you. The star is also associated with Aquarius energy, which is about innovation, progress, and doing things differently. So this reconnection might not look like what you experienced before. This person might be approaching things in a new way, with a new attitude, with new awareness. They are not just trying to recreate the past. They are hoping to create something new and better with you. Now, let me move to the sixth card, because I want to see what challenges or considerations are present in this situation. The sixth card is Page of Pentacles, and this is a really grounded, practical energy. The Page of Pentacles represents new beginnings in the material realm, learning, dedication, and taking small but meaningful steps toward a goal. When I see a page in a reading, it tells me that something is in its early stages. There is potential here. There is promise, but things are still developing. The Page of Pentacles specifically is about being willing to learn, to be a student, to approach something with fresh eyes, and a willingness to put in the work. In the context of someone coming back, the Page of Pentacles suggests that this person is approaching the reconnection with a beginner's mind in the best possible way. They are not assuming they know everything or that things will just fall back into place. They are willing to start fresh, to learn from past mistakes, to build something new from the ground up if that is what is needed. The Page of Pentacles is also very practical and realistic. This is not someone caught up in grand romantic gestures or empty promises. They are thinking about the real, tangible steps that need to be taken. What does a renewed connection actually require? What needs to be addressed? What needs to be built? The Page of Pentacles is willing to do that work, even if it is slow and requires patience. I also see the Page of Pentacles as someone who is demonstrating their commitment through actions rather than just words. Pages are about messages and communication, but the Page of Pentacles specifically communicates through doing, through showing up, through consistent effort. So when this person comes back, pay attention to their actions. Cancer. The Page of Pentacles is telling me that they are going to show you their intentions through what they do, not just what they say. This card also suggests that there might be a learning curve involved in this reconnection. Maybe both of you need to learn new ways of communicating, new ways of being together. Maybe there are practical matters that need to be addressed or navigated. The Page of Pentacles is patient and dedicated enough to work through those challenges. They are not looking for instant gratification. They are willing to invest the time and energy required to build something solid. For some of you, the Page of Pentacles could also indicate that this person is in a new phase of their life regarding career, finances, or personal development. They might be starting a new job, a new course of study, or working on improving their material situation. And part of why they are reaching out now might be because they feel more stable and grounded in those areas, which makes them feel more ready for a relationship. The Page of Pentacles also has a youthful, humble quality. This person is not coming with ego or arrogance. They are coming with a willingness to be vulnerable, to admit they do not have all the answers, to work together with you to figure things out. There is something quite sweet and genuine about this energy, Cancer. Let me pull the 7th card now because we need to see how this is all going to play out emotionally. The 7th card is Strength, and this is such a powerful card to appear here. Strength is not about force or aggression. It is about inner fortitude, patience, compassion, and the ability to tame your inner beasts through love and understanding rather than domination. When I see strength in a reading about someone coming back, it tells me that this person has been cultivating inner strength, working on themselves, dealing with their own shadows and challenges. The Strength card often shows a figure gently closing or opening the mouth of a lion, symbolizing mastery over one's primal nature, one's fears, one's aggressive or impulsive tendencies. This card is telling me that this person has been doing deep inner work, Cancer. They have been facing their fears, confronting their weaknesses, working on becoming a stronger, more centered version of themselves. And that inner work is directly related to why they are coming back. They have gained the strength and courage to face the truth of their feelings for you and to take action on those feelings. Strength is also about patience and gentle persistence. This person is not going to rush or pressure you when they come back. They understand that trust might need to be rebuilt, that things might need to move slowly. The Strength card has the patience to allow things to unfold naturally, to let healing happen in its own time. This is someone who has learned that true strength is not about forcing outcomes, but about having the courage to be vulnerable and patient. The Strength card is also associated with Leo energy, which is all about the heart, about love, about generosity of spirit. So this person is coming back with an open heart. Cancer. They are willing to be brave in love, to take the risk of putting themselves out there even though they might get hurt. That takes real courage. And the Strength card shows they have found that courage within themselves. I also love that Strength appears in your reading because Cancer energy and Leo energy can complement each other beautifully. Cancer brings emotional depth, nurturing, and intuitive understanding, while Leo brings warmth, courage, and heart-centered passion. The combination creates a beautiful dynamic where both emotional vulnerability and brave expression can coexist. The Strength card is also telling me that this reconnection is going to require strength from you too, Cancer. You might need to draw on your inner reserves to navigate this situation. You might need to set boundaries, to protect your heart while also remaining open to possibilities. The Strength card reminds you that you have everything you need within yourself to handle whatever unfolds. You can be both soft and strong, both open and protected. For some of you, the Strength card might also be addressing a specific situation where there was conflict, aggression, or intense emotions in the past. This card is showing that those energies have been or are being transformed. Someone has learned to approach things differently, with more gentleness and understanding. The beast has been tamed, so to speak. Now let me pull the 8th card because I want to see what the outcome or potential of this reconnection looks like. The 8th card is the Chariot and Cancer. This is your card. The Chariot is associated with the Cancer zodiac sign, so this is incredibly significant that it has appeared in your reading. The Chariot represents victory, determination, willpower, and moving forward with purpose and control. When the Chariot appears in a reading, it tells me that someone is taking charge of their direction, harnessing opposing forces, and moving forward decisively. The traditional image shows a figure in a chariot being pulled by two sphinxes or horses, often one black and one white, representing opposing forces that must be brought into balance and directed. In the context of your reading, the Chariot appearing as the potential outcome tells me that this reconnection is going to involve both of you moving forward together, but with clear direction and purpose. This is not going to be a wishy-washy, undefined situation. There is going to be momentum, progress, and a sense of actively choosing a direction together. The fact that the Chariot is your sign's card is really important, Cancer. It suggests that you are in the driver's seat here. You have the power to determine how this unfolds. You are not a passive recipient of someone else's choices. You have agency. You have control over your own path, and you get to decide what you will and will not accept. The Chariot also represents success after struggle. You have been through challenges, Cancer. And the Chariot is saying that you are emerging victorious. You have learned things, you have grown, you have developed the inner strength and clarity to navigate this situation wisely. And that puts you in a powerful position. I also see the Chariot as confirmation that yes, There is going to be forward movement in this situation. Things are not going to stay stagnant or stuck. Whether this person comes back and things work out beautifully, or whether this situation helps you gain closure and move forward on your own path, either way, you are moving forward. The Chariot does not allow for stagnation. For those of you who are hoping for a reconciliation, the Chariot is a very positive sign. It suggests that if you both choose to move forward together, you will do so with determination and purpose. This will not be a half-hearted attempt. Both of you will be committed to making it work, to overcoming obstacles, to directing your combined energies toward a shared goal. The Chariot also speaks to balance and integration. Remember those two sphinxes pulling the Chariot? They need to work together, to be balanced, for the Chariot to move forward effectively. This suggests that this reconnection will involve both of you learning to balance your different needs, different energies, different approaches. But when you find that balance, when you learn to work together, you can accomplish amazing things. Let me pull the 9th card because I want to see what additional energies or influences are present. The 9th card is the Moon, and this adds a layer of mystery and intuition to your reading. The Moon represents the subconscious, intuition, dreams, illusions, and things that are not yet fully visible or understood. When the Moon appears in a reading, it tells me that there are hidden factors at play, things happening beneath the surface that are not yet fully revealed. In the context of someone coming back, the Moon suggests that both of you might be dealing with subconscious fears, old patterns, or emotional undercurrents that need to be acknowledged and addressed. The Moon can represent confusion or uncertainty, but it also represents deep intuitive knowing. Trust your intuition here, Cancer. You are a water sign, deeply intuitive and emotionally perceptive. The Moon is asking you to tune into what you feel at the deepest level, beyond what you think or what might seem logical on the surface. What is your gut telling you about this person, about this situation? The Moon also represents cycles and phases. Just as the Moon waxes and wanes, relationships go through cycles. This card is reminding you that if this person is coming back, it might be part of a larger cycle that both of you are experiencing. There might be patterns at play that go back further than just your most recent separation. The Moon asks you to look at the bigger picture, to understand the cycles and patterns that have been unfolding. For some of you, the Moon might be highlighting fears or anxieties you have about this reconnection. Maybe you are afraid of getting hurt again, afraid of hoping for something that might not work out, afraid of letting your guard down. The Moon acknowledges those fears as valid, while also reminding you that fear and intuition are not the same thing. Fear often distorts perception, while true intuition brings clarity even when it is uncomfortable. The Moon can also represent secrets or things that have not been fully revealed. There might be information that comes to light as this situation unfolds, or there might be things that need to be shared openly for true healing and reconnection to occur. The Moon asks for honesty, for bringing things out of the shadows and into the light. I also want to mention that the Moon is deeply connected to Cancer energy. Cancer is ruled by the Moon. So this card appearing in your reading is another indication of how personally significant this situation is for you. Your emotional world, your inner landscape, your deepest feelings are all involved in what is unfolding. The Moon is asking you to honor your emotional truth and to trust your innate wisdom. All right, let me pull the 10th and final card to bring this reading to a close. The final card is 7 of Pentacles, and this is such a perfect card to end on. The 7 of Pentacles represents patience, assessment, long-term planning, and waiting for your investments to bear fruit. The traditional image shows someone pausing to look at the plants they have been cultivating, evaluating their growth and considering whether their efforts are paying off. In the context of everything we have seen in this reading, the 7 of Pentacles is telling me that this situation requires patience and careful assessment from you, Cancer. This person is coming back, yes, but that does not mean you need to make any immediate decisions. The 7 of Pentacles gives you permission to take your time, to watch how things unfold, to see if their actions match their words, to evaluate whether this reconnection is truly worth your investment of time and energy. The 7 of Pentacles also speaks to the idea that you have already invested a lot in your own growth and healing. You have been working on yourself, cultivating your own garden, so to speak. This card is reminding you not to abandon that work or compromise your progress for someone else. Any reconnection needs to honor and support the growth you have achieved, not undermine it. This card is also about long-term thinking. If this person comes back and you decide to give things another try, The Seven of Pentacles is asking you to think about long-term potential and sustainability. Is this something that can grow and flourish over time? Or is it going to be a short-term excitement that fizzles out? The Seven of Pentacles has the wisdom to make decisions based on long-term viability rather than short-term feelings. I love that the Seven of Pentacles is a card of both patience and assessment, because that is exactly what you need right now. Cancer. Be patient with yourself, with this person, with the unfolding of this situation. But also be discerning. Assess what you are seeing, feeling, experiencing. The Seven of Pentacles does not rush to harvest before the fruit is ripe, but it also does not wait so long that everything rots on the vine. There is wisdom in knowing when to wait and when to act. The Seven of Pentacles can also represent a period of pause or reflection before the next phase. You are at a crossroads, Cancer, and this card is giving you the space to really think about what you want, what serves you, what aligns with your values and your vision for your life. This is a time for conscious choice-making. So let me bring this all together for you, Cancer. The cards are showing me that someone from your past is indeed being drawn back into your life, and this is happening for very specific reasons. They have been going through an intense period of mental and emotional processing, represented by the Nine of Swords. They have been exploring other options and dealing with confusion, shown by the Seven of Cups, but they are coming to clarity about what they truly value and want. This person is emerging from a healing journey, symbolized by the star, and they have been cultivating inner strength and doing important self-work, shown by the Strength card. They are seeing the practical potential of reconnecting with you, represented by the Three of Pentacles, and they are ready to take swift action and communicate clearly, as shown by the Eight of Wands. They are approaching this reconnection with humility and a willingness to start fresh and build something real, indicated by the Page of Pentacles. The outcome involves forward movement and purposeful direction, represented by the Chariot, which is also your sign's card, reminding you that you have power and agency in this situation. The Moon is asking you to trust your deep intuition and to be aware that there are emotional and subconscious layers to this situation that will continue to unfold. And finally, the Seven of Pentacles is counseling patience, assessment, and long-term thinking as you navigate this reconnection. This is a complex situation with a lot of depth, Cancer, and the cards are showing me that it is worth paying attention to. Someone is coming back with genuine reasons, having done real internal work, but the cards are also empowering you to take your time, to trust your intuition, and to make choices that honor your own growth and well-being. Thank you so much for being here with me for this reading. I hope it has brought you some clarity and insight into what is unfolding in your love life. If this resonated with you, I would love to hear about it in the comments. And remember, you are stronger and more powerful than you know, Cancer. Trust yourself as you navigate whatever comes next.